Hi, so welcome back. I'm just going to now give a brief overview of the emulation capabilities of the gkv4. So we're back on the menu screen, and you can see on the right hand side there's a list of icons showing the various different emulator systems that are supported. So let's try one out using the mednafen emulator. So this is a particular game. I'm just going to give a brief overview just to demonstrate that it works. So this is something based on the original NES and typical support, so we can do loop the loop and so on. And this game supports mednafen in all the emulators, supports various save states, so I can save at various places and then reload. I don't think I've got any save for this game, so we'll quit that one there and we'll demonstrate that on a different one. The Sega Master System support again through mednafen. There's Atari ST support, we'll come to in a minute. There is Atari Link support also through mednafen. This is one of the games that was used to launch the Link. Buttons, and we've got support for this game. And we can fly around, we can shoot the guns, we can shoot the missiles and so on. And one of the things to demonstrate is obviously we get pretty standard 59.9 frames a second averaging, which is the standard expected by the links. And this is in sort of a stretch mode, so there's the screen outputted by the emulator is 320 by 240, but it's stretched in hardware by the device up to fill the full screen. And again, we've got the usual save and load, so let's quit from that. And then we come to, we've got some slightly more advanced games, so Super Nintendo games. I think I probably do have things saved here. So let's just load up version 0, and there we go, save state 0, and where am I? I'm in one of the places. And we've got our things there, we've got jumps. I think in this game I've also set up the button on the back also to fire the extra weapon. And we get the usual controls and so on, and this runs at 60.1, which is the standard frame rate of the Super NES. Atari XL games, so very old versions of games. We've seen some of those already, so let's come down. We've seen Neverball, we've seen PCSX. So here's a very old Atari game, let's see if that works. And of course it does, it's River Raid. And River Raid does have game saves, so let's load up level, wherever I was, level 40 I believe. Bridge 33. And you can see it's got the usual controls, go faster, get killed by things, go slower, etc. So other things that we can emulate. Speed test for the DOS box. And then coming down we should have some Atari ST stuff at the bottom. So Xenon 2 with its usual soundtrack. Until we go and the game. And again, we can get up the speed, it's running at 16.7 frames a second, which I believe is what it actually ran at, so that's all pretty reasonable. And let's exit now. So other things, so we talked about PlayStation games, we've got Wipeout, because why do you not play Wipeout? And we just skipped on a bit now through all the Wipeout loading screens, so now that the actual point of the game, let's get going and let's see how badly I can do. And there we go, we've got the usual forwards, backwards, accelerating and so on. Put on the autopilot because it's so much easier that way. So let's leave that there. And let's go back to one of the other things which I'm sure you saw me skip by. So in DOSBox we have some very sort of late era DOS games, and the equivalent is about 486 50 megahertz, the emulation performance. And it uses fluid synth, so it does general MIDI support and gets you the proper general MIDI soundtrack. Let me calibrate.
Enter your name, pilot.
And we'll enter our name, and we can go in and let's try the training simulator, just to demonstrate this sort of level of speed you get with it. So here we go, not nice, smooth up and down, we've got the fire, and on the right, as we said before, we've got support for the throttle, and this works in the detents mode, so it means that it's set up to recognise the lower quarter, and then 1/3 and 2/3 and so on, and then presses the appropriate controls through. So finally I'm going to demonstrate an N64 game, and what could be better than Super Mario 64, so let's give it a go.
It's me, Mario! Hello!
So the usual start button works, the profile, also the save and load feature works, so let's load setting 0, and here we are fighting a large slab which wants to crush us, and there we are dead. But we could indeed use him to build a bridge somewhere, for example, and jump off it, but who knows which way to go. And that's about it really. And on the N64 we've got controls for the C keys, which are down here, so we can look around. And we've also got the usual buttons, then the triggers on the back do their usual bits and pieces. So let's leave that now. And that about wraps up this demonstration of the emulation capabilities of the gkv4.